Long ago, it appears, someone let their kid play with this case for a World War II medal. Apparently, it was around Christmas time because the kid decided to dig out some of the stickers that you put on the packages and slap them onto the medals case. Well, I decided to see if I could fix that. Let's give it a go. Somewhere along the line, somebody got their Christmas wrapping or those Christmas labels stuck on there. I've seen paper stick to this stuff before, the original finish of the cases for the World War II medals. This time, I'm going to try to get it off. And I figured it couldn't look any worse than it does now if it was just white without Christmas colors on it. But I've discovered that using a very small screwdriver, I can get stuff off. And I'm going to put the camera down and see how long it takes to get some of this off. Oh, this is a surprise. I've scraped less than 2 minutes. I've uncovered a lot of the writing, and I realize it's not Purple Heart. It's a Distinguished Flying Cross. I think we owe our success to, in part, the fact that old adhesives, old glues, tend to lose a lot of strength with age. It's actually easier over the gold because the glue didn't stick in those areas as well as it did on the blue. Okay, I decided to be not quite so lazy and to actually set up a tripod with the camera so you can see this happen in real time. Question raised by myself, would I be doing this if this held some distinguished figures, original DFC, and these were stickers that came out of his household? No, I wouldn't, but this is actually had an unnamed Purple Heart in it. And so it's basically an empty case. And even with a few scratch marks from doing this, I think it looks better than Santa Claus in the Christmas tree. Let's see, let's check the stopwatch here. It has been 12.5 minutes since I started doing this, so this counts, digging out the tripod and putting a head on the tripod so I could put my iPhone on that, and et cetera, and so on and so forth. That jiggles around a lot. I've got a card table, and they are the flimsiest tables around. I've learned not to set a beverage down on a card table, because sure enough, you're going to bump the thing and it's going to splash across 7 states. I find that sometimes it helps to get a piece that's not coming up, just turn it and approach it from a different angle. I'll rotate this through the light so you can see that, there's some difference around here. I think I may be able to smooth that out. So I'm going to turn the camera off and finish up that one, and then again, maybe there's something I can use to kind of even out the look of the finish up there. I've wiped it down with some of these leather wipes here. I might be tempted to actually work a little more to see if I could get some of that adhesive residue off. Here's the finished product, if you will. I went over it with the leather cleaning wipes, and I could still see a lot of the residue as white streaks. I decided to try to tackle that, and I used these, my favorite Scotch Brite nylon pads. And let's see, so here's an area. This was really all white, very clearly different than, say, this area over here. So I moistened this ever so lightly and just kind of did this sort of thing all over. And again, I think I have mostly got rid of that. It's looking pretty good now. There are still spots where a little bit of the outer surface, I guess you'd call it, of the simulated leather-like covering just got pulled away. So it's not perfect, but it is perfectly usable. It has been about 24 hours since I got the stickers off of this Distinguished Flying Cross case. And I wanted to do one final check before I declare victory here. And that is, I use the leather wipes and a little bit of moisture to wipe this down overall to get the finish even. And sometimes when you use something moist on something that's absorbent, it'll look one way when you're done, and then you come back the next day and you look at it and you can see all the flaws are still there. But this seems to be clean. Again, we've got those little areas where the actual finish of the paper of itself was harmed. But I'm going to say, considering how much you saw what I did with the screwdriver there, it actually looks pretty decent. So I am going to declare victory on this one. Take care.